I'm Angela Clausen, Director of Lifespan Religious Education at First Unitarian Congregation of Toronto, and I'm thrilled to introduce to you Barb Wentworth, mother of one of our beloved congregants, the late Mark Jorgensen, founder of a congregational initiative, Friends of New Visions Toronto, and creator of the You've Got Mail project, our 2021 Shining Lights Award submission. Everyone, meet Barb.
My name is Barb Wentworth. We are here to tell the story of You've Got Mail. I'm a long-term member of Toronto First, as was my son Mark. He loved church, the music, the laughter, and the friends. He died in 2017 and is greatly missed. Mark lived at New Visions Toronto, a nonprofit organization that supports people with complex physical and developmental disabilities. New Visions has 16 homes in the Greater Toronto area and provides 24-hour care for the 56 people who live there. Because part of New Visions' mission statement is to facilitate community inclusion, it seemed a wonderful idea to make connections between the people at Toronto First and the people at New Visions Toronto. The You've Got Mail project was built on a Friends of New Visions Toronto partnership, which started in 2014. We had fun with many different activities to try to broaden our understanding and create a strong connection. Toronto First volunteers came down to New Visions Toronto homes to storytell and sing. At first, we brought resources in for both adults and RE kids to learn more. And we went out to several interesting exhibits. We had lunch at Au Noir restaurant, eating in total darkness with blind servers. It was important for us to learn more, experience more, and flip our understanding of what is ability. Looking for an easy way to deepen connections, we invited small groups of people to tea with Mark in his apartment. 77 people got to know and understand Mark and New Visions Toronto better. So Friends of New Visions Toronto was in good shape when COVID came along. People living with a developmental disability wondered, why can't I go to my day program? Why are staff dressed up in that strange personal protective equipment? I'm bored and I want to go out. This simple You've Got Mail initiative seemed a good way to bring in something new and exciting. Letters would be sent every 2 weeks by mail from December through March, knowing that there would be no reply due to staff shortages and COVID stress. How did we do this? It was pretty simple. Julie Andrews, Director of Services at New Visions Toronto, prepared a list of residents who wanted to receive letters. She added a bit of information about their interests. We introduced You've Got Mail through our newsletter and asked for volunteer writers. As names of people came forward, we matched them up. Everyone found a creative way to engage, even if their interests didn't align. Reminder emails from First went out to writers about once a week and to address any concerns like, do they understand or like what I'm sending? In all, we had 37 adults and 5 child youth writers. We did a Zoom meeting partway through the program and can tell you about the strong impact these letters had for both the writers and the pen pals.
I think for our writers, the greatest impact was during a Zoom meeting when we got to meet a few of the people being supported and their workers about midway through the program. We got to feel the joy of the people who met their match, to see the delight in them chatting, even if we weren't meeting the person that we had been writing to ourselves. We got to witness the range of people supported at New Visions Toronto, from the person who is nonverbal in their way of communicating, who has yes and no laminated onto the tray of their scooter, and whose support worker was really helping to interpret whether some reaction that they were having was indicating interest or curiosity, joy or disinterest. And for us to realize that we're really disadvantaged in this situation because we don't have that ability. And also to meet the residents who were able to get on Zoom themselves, some of whom have part-time jobs at a big box store. And for me personally, Being together online with the folks at New Visions Toronto brought me right into the moment. Again, that inch wide, mile deep. People being supported will answer in their own way and time. And what we thought would be a 30-minute gathering expanded. It really showed me that life at warp speed isn't everything, that there's a whole other world and a whole other way of interacting and experiencing time. You've got mail linked to our first Unitarian Universalist principle, affirming the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Our humanity can't be reduced to labels, categories, or genetic patterns. By connecting with an often forgotten, marginalized community, we got to overcome fears we might not have realized we had. We got to reach out in a really practical way where everyone, regardless of age or ability, could belong and participate. Also, our second principle, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. This project helped us uncover our unconscious ableist attitudes. It raised awareness of the systemic issues faced by care workers and residents in supportive living homes. Equity demands protection from harm. As one of the groups most at risk who cannot advocate for themselves, weaving connections like this can create the opportunity for us to be tuned in, more alert to what's happening, in a much better position, and with much stronger desire to use our voices as advocates.